Hey everybody, thank you for joining my channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe. I want to touch on my own personal story about something that's weighing on my heart. It's my spirit and my soul is screaming for this story to be told. Like, I don't care who don't like it or who has something to say or want to come for me or whatever. I'm going to turn the comments off on this video because this is my own personal testimony, my own personal experience. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I want to talk about how they stole my daughter away from me, how they stole my youngest daughter from me, my youngest baby from me, my youngest daughter, Asia, from me. Yes. So, okay. So, first of all, I was about 32, maybe. Yeah, 32, 33, 34, something around that age. And I moved to I had I had some unfortunate situations occur in my life, and if anyone, I know I'm chosen by the Most High, and all praise to the Most High and the Most High only. I know that some of these things happen to me only to make me stronger, and so like I'm in a different place now than I was before. So I know that all things happen for a reason, and so and then everything's gonna work out for my good in the end. But I want to just start by saying that I was homeless a few times in my life due to things that were out of my control or out of my hands, like outside factors, like people, like a lady didn't want to give me a verification of employment letter from to give to the public housing to verify that I had a job and I had income. So I lost my Section 8 apartment due to a woman not doing her job. So I printed up a letter and I gave it to the Section 8 people, and they called my job and they said that I committed fraud because this evil, wicked lady, see, the devil don't want me to talk. This evil, wicked lady did not provide me the information that I needed to give to the housing authority to keep my housing. So that's why I had my daughters with me, and I couldn't provide this information to the housing authority. So I lost my apartment. So my daughters had to go live with their grandmother. So, you know, so stick a pin in that. Keep that in mind that it was out of my control. So, but that doesn't matter when your kids grow up and that you're not in their life as much as you want it to be because the grandmother wanted to take over, as if now I have to ask her to see my kids. I have to go through her. And me and their grandmother actually got into a fight before because I wanted to take my kids with me, and she was standing in the way. So that's just like any when people are in a couple in a relationship and the relationship is over, then some people will try to hold your kids against their will, or hold them hostage because they mad at you or whatever the case may be. So this is, my heart goes out to people that's in a situation like, you're not a bad person, you didn't do anything wrong, anything like that, but the person that has custody of your kids is evil and wicked and want to give you a hard time and don't want you to see your kids, and they're going to pay for that. Just know that they're going to pay for that, and they're going to be held accountable for that. But the unfortunate part is that the kids now, like my 3 oldest daughters, like I'm closer to like my oldest daughter, my 27-year-old. I mean, I talk to her and I talk to my granddaughter most of the time a lot. And then I'm close to my second oldest daughter. She talks to me a lot. But my 20-year-old daughter, she really doesn't talk to me because I really wasn't in her life because her grandmother wouldn't let me see her. Like, I moved to Georgia and I had a 4-bedroom apartment, and they came to visit me, but they still never stayed there with me. And so I was depressed and I was on anxiety medication. At first I was doing good. I was thankful that I found a place to live. I had a place to stay. I had a 4-bedroom apartment for my kids to come visit me and come stay there. But It's like as soon as I had a place to live and everything, and they were still young then, maybe like this was in 2012. So maybe like 10, 11, around that age, still in middle school. And my oldest daughter was in high school. And I wanted them to come live with me. And, but for some reason, they were not allowed to live with me. The devil. It was the devil. The devil's advocate. I won't point no fingers or say no names, but they could have definitely came to stay with me. They could have definitely moved there. But since they didn't, I was depressed and I had to go see a psychiatrist. I was on medication and I was drinking alcohol and stuff because I was so sad because I thought that they were going to come stay there with me. And then, so then people, I started, dating guys and doing stuff that was not in my best interest. And then I got into a fight with these girls. Like these girls were harassing me and jumped me and beat me up. And then I lost my apartment there, and so I had to go back to St. Louis where I'm from, and I was homeless. I didn't have anywhere to stay. I didn't have anywhere to live. So I was homeless on the street with my daughter, my youngest daughter. And so she caught the flu, and I took her to the hospital, and I was calling around. I called her father, and I'm going to tell you about my relationship with her biological father. And so I couldn't find anywhere for us to go. So, and I didn't want her to go to a foster care or anything like that. And I didn't want her to be on the street with me, homeless and sick and had the flu. So I called my aunt, my mother's sister. My mother has a sister who they share the same mother but a different father. And my aunt has a sister on her father's side, and her sister on her father's side is the one who actually came to get my daughter. So she technically isn't blood related to me. She is related to me through my biological aunt, my mother's sister. So yes, but she came to the rescue. But I say that she stole my daughter. I say that it's because they erased me out of her life. They erased me out of my child's life. For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe because they were told the wrong information. Maybe they had an idea of me, because keep in mind, they didn't know me from a can of paint. This lady, my aunt's sister, was not in my life. Like she didn't know me. Like I only seen this lady probably 2 or 3 times my whole life, but I trusted her more than my daughter going to foster care or something like that. And I felt like I could still be able to contact her through my aunt, and I felt like that was a good option. I felt like I was doing the right thing. Just know that I was in a place where I was homeless. I didn't have anywhere to go. My daughter was sick. She had the flu. I thought that would be good for her at 3 years old to go live with my aunt's half sister. Better to be with her than to be on the street with me. Point blank period. That's what I was thinking. That's all I thought. That's all I was thinking at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was doing the right thing. But as soon as I did that, then of course eventually they wanted to get complete custody of her. So they wanted me to sign my parental rights over for my daughter. And I did not want to do that. And they told me that if I didn't do that, that my daughter could possibly go into foster care if I didn't do that, because they said it's a possibility that I don't know if that was lies or whatever the case may be. I think that was not fault. That was not real. That was not true. That was not 100% true, because my other daughters, their grandmother had guardianship over them. I never signed full custody over to their grandmother, but they put me in a situation like they would not take care of her if I didn't sign this paperwork. Basically not giving me a choice, basically making me sign this paper under distress and duress. And now that I signed custody over to them, I can't do anything legally. I can't force them to let me see her. I can't force them to let me talk to her. I can't I have no rights. I have no rights at all. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that they were going to be civilized human beings and still want me, still let me talk to my daughter, still have a relationship with her, still be able to communicate with her and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't understand why people do that. But I think it's kind of given that they kind of wanted to erase me out of her life because, you know, for one reason or another. Like, some people are really like control freaks, to say the least. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because it's like there's no other reason to withhold a person from seeing their own biological child if they didn't do anything wrong to this child. I didn't abuse my child or anything like that. I put her in a safe place away from harm. So I thought I was doing the right thing. So how that came to be, how that bit me in the ass, I don't know. But the devil is a lie. That's all I can say. That it turned around to be a disadvantage for me. So I'm gonna leave the comments off on this. But I know that people gonna have something to say, but you can't have anything to say about my own personal truth. If you have a problem with it, if it steps on your toes, then if the shoe fits, wear it. Then if you feel some kind of way, then you should feel some kind of way. If you feel bad, you should feel bad. If you feel sad, you should feel sad. Because at the end of the day, what it looks like, it make people think that I'm a bad parent, I'm a bad person, or you don't have your daughter with you. I had a ex-friend and an ex-boyfriend, ex-person I was dating say, oh, you don't have your daughter with you, oh, you need to get your daughter back, and blah blah. And they don't even know the story. They don't even know what happened. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that I wanted to still be in contact with my daughter. I still wanted to grow up with her. I still wanted her to grow up with me. I still wanted to be able to see her and talk to her. You know what I'm saying? But the reality was, when I had to let her go live with my aunt's sister, I was really, really depressed. I started doing drugs, and I would put myself in bad situations. I was so I was so gone. I was so messed up. And before I even moved to Georgia, I had went to church. I had got the Holy Ghost. I had got baptized. I had did all this. So it's like when you get baptized and you turn your life over to God, be prepared for stuff to hit the fan. Just be prepared for all this stuff to go bad and go left in your life. Like, that was my personal experience. And I was like, my life just went from good to a nightmare to worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And only by the grace of the Most High, I was able to pull myself out of that deep, dark depression of not being able to see my daughter and talk to my daughter. This lady gave me a little card on it and with like a scripture on it and everything. Like, and it was always earth angels there. This made me want to cry a little bit. No, I'm not going to cry. There was always a sign there. And I woke up in that house. I was in a vacant house. I woke up and the sun was shining. And I said, I gotta do what I gotta do, because regardless of if she's here with me or not, I still have to go on. I still have to move on with my life, no matter how hard it is, no matter how hard it may get. I still have to do what's best because I have to be here for her. Because she's not going to be a child forever. And one of these days, she's going to be able to see me. And I can't wait because I want to let her know that I always loved her and I never wanted to be apart from her. And I don't want her to ever think that I was out of her life by my own choice and my own decision, because I wasn't and I'm not. It was so hard for me. It was so hard for me. It was so hard for me to move on and overcome that. And now it's like, eventually, as time goes on, it's not easy because it's like out of sight, out of mind. But I know that I can't get those years back. I can't get that time back. I can't. We can never. I don't really know her, and she doesn't know me. Like, I missed all of her from, she's 11 years old now and she'll be 12 in December. So I don't even know where I don't know where she is. I don't know where she lives. My granddaughter talks to her and I seen a picture of her and it looked like they cut her hair off or something. I don't know, but her hair was really, really long, but she don't even look the same. Like, I don't know. I think that, I don't know. I don't know if she is in harm's in danger or whatever. And the story gets even worse because my aunt's sister, who I gave her to, she passed away last year in September in 2023. She died. She just died out of the blue. And now my daughter is with the lady's husband because he helped raise her. But he didn't never know me. He never knew me. I never knew this man. I never knew him from a can of paint. I gave my daughter to my aunt's sister. I didn't, but because they were married, he still has custody over my daughter. And I'm texting him today and he hasn't responded to me. And I text him sometime and he doesn't respond to me. And then back in the day, like, they would try to say, I would say I want to speak to my aunt's sister to talk to my daughter. Why do I have to go through him? I had to go through her husband to talk to my daughter. And they said, oh, we just feel comfortable doing it that way. And then even on top of that, I had to actually go to visit my daughter at like I used to have to have supervised visitations to see my daughter. And I was like, why do I have to have supervised visitations when I didn't lose my daughter under any bad circumstances. So I felt like I should have been able to communicate with them. I should have been able to talk to my aunt's sister about seeing my daughter, and we could have did visitations like that. I shouldn't have had to go to no supervised visitations, because I was just thinking about this today, that when I went to the supervised visitations, they wouldn't even let me take pictures of my daughter while I was there. I tried to take a picture with my phone to take a picture, and the lady was like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, do you know that how crazy that is? This is a child that I gave birth to, that I carried for 9 months, who my baby daddy was a hood guy. He used to sell drugs, and I had moved to the hood with my father, and I was homeless around that time. Like, I was 30 something. I had lost my apartment with the Section 8 because that lady didn't want to give me the letter to verify my employment. So I started living with my father. So I moved with my father, and I moved to this bad neighborhood in St. Louis, Walnut Park, and met, I don't know if I should say his name. I want to say his name, but yeah. I think he was like 25 or something. I was like 32, so he was younger than me. And I was telling myself I didn't want to mess with no thug guy like that or whatever. But I did. I fell for it. And then something inside of me said, I'm going to have his baby. I'm going to have his baby, like, because he had pretty eyes. Like, he got light eyes. He was just handsome AF. Let's just say that. I was young. Don't judge me. We got a pretty daughter. Let's just say that. Our DNA went together really well and matched really nicely. Yes, so that's why I was like, I'm gonna have a baby by him, and I did. I purposely planned to have a child by that young man, and I did. It happened. So, but he ended up having some other girl pregnant at the same time. He actually ended up having some other girl pregnant at the same time, and then I had told the girl that I was pregnant, and he came and set me up, and he actually beat me up while I was pregnant. He got me jumped. So I'm over here talking about, shouts out to him. But yeah, see, I you reap what you sow. Let's just say that, because I was 5 months pregnant, and he set me up to be jumped by him or some other people. He did something, I don't know. I couldn't even really see, but I know that they jumped me while I was 5 months pregnant. And with my daughter, they jumped me while I was 5 months pregnant with Asia, with my 11-year-old daughter. They jumped me because I had told the other girl he's pregnant, that was pregnant by him, that I was pregnant. So he didn't want me to do that, and I was talking all shit and all this whatever. You know how girls do. I was like talking all shit, talking all this shit whatever, all this tough shit and all this whatever. So he set me up and jumped me because he called me and told me he was gonna pick me up. He picked me up. There was somebody in the back seat. So I got out the car. I had on some white pants, some heels. I had on a white lace shirt. After they beat me up, I had blood all on my white pants. I felt like Jesus. I feel like they straight crucified me. That was I have felt some horrible pain in my life. Like I fell down a flight of stairs, so I got this scar down my head. Between that, and I had a scar right here and a scar right here. Between falling down a flight of stairs and being jumped while I was 5 months pregnant is neck and neck with the worst feelings I ever felt. That was the worst. But when I was 5 months pregnant, my back still is messed up from that, because I was pregnant, and I believe that my baby daddy, I think he stumped me in my back. I think he did that. I don't know who did it, because it was behind my back. But it was a nerve. It was something that I can't, it's like my pelvic bone is messed up, because it's like a sharp pain. It was like a sharp pain. Like I couldn't really walk. Like when I walked, it would hurt back there. It was like a sharp pain back there, like a bone, like a piercing in my skin. Yeah. So I had somebody called. I started screaming for my life. I started yelling for my life, and somebody called the ambulance. Somebody called the ambulance and came to pick me up, and thank the Most High that Asia was okay. And I had a black eye. I was so messed up. They hit me in my head so much that blood was coming out my nose. That's why I have a little bit of brain damage or whatever. I got a little glitch, I had so much head trauma in my life that it definitely took a toll on me physically. And that's why I know that they say when you lose certain senses, other ones intensify. So that's why I say the Most High overrides all of that. The Most High overrides all of my traumas. He is a redeemer and a deliverer and more than a conqueror. And that's the only reason why I'm here today. But I want to say that I did what I thought was best for Asia. I thought that I was putting her in a safe place, in a better situation, environment, than being on the street with me homeless. And it came to bite me in my ass. They flipped the script on me. They really did. And it's unfortunate because I can't get them years back. I can't get that time back with her, because like my other daughters, they grandmother try to keep me away from my kids as well. And now, like, my daughters know I love them. They know that. And I know I read the book of Job in the Bible, and I know that I was going through my Job moment. Like, that's why I'm blessed now. I'm blessed and I'm thankful and I'm highly favored and I'm anointed by the Most High. So yeah, because I endured great trials and tribulations. That's why I'm here today creating content, because that's why I say I'm not supposed to be here, because that was supposed to take me out of here. That was supposed to destroy me. Like me not having my daughter in my life again was supposed to kill me. That was supposed to kill me. That was supposed to take me off the map. That was supposed to unalive me for real. But it didn't, because I saw the light. I woke up and the sun was actually shining in that vacant house. It was the only by the sun. It was only the sun. It was only the sunlight. The sunlight coming through that window. The sunlight coming through that window gave me hope. It gave me hope. It made me think, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. The sun gave me assurance that it was going to be all right. As long as I could see that sun, I knew it was going to be brighter days ahead. I just had to get myself out of that situation. And I got myself out of the situation. And I slowly but surely, I went into another bad, abusive, toxic relationship after that, or whatever. But I healed and I moved on. And now, you know, I just want my daughters to know I love them and I care about them, regardless of what may have transpired and against my will, and even with my participation in whatever I did, I could have prevented in whatever way, or even their fathers take their ownership for their lack of accountability. Because my other daughters, they went to go live with their father. My two other daughters went to go live with their father. And I'm like, why would they let his mother, of course, his mother let his daughters go live with him, even though he's been on drugs all of their life. And he was doing drugs, and he's in jail right now because he sold drugs to somebody and it killed them. But that's who they let my daughters go live with. They let my daughters go live with him over me. I did drugs out of all of my 45 years of living, honestly, I say at the max amount, I probably did drugs maybe 2 years out of all of my 45 years. 2 years, but not 2 years consecutively, but maybe 6 months here, 3 months there. And I may be even stretching it, but at least maybe 2 years out of my whole life I did drugs. When I was depressed, mainly when I was depressed, I did drugs for that 6 months straight. I threw in an extra year because maybe just miscellaneous, whatever. But I did drugs for 6 months straight when I lost my daughter, when I didn't have nowhere to go, because I felt like I had already lost custody of guardianship of my oldest 3 daughters. So, and I let my oldest daughter go live with her father, because he went to jail when she was a baby, so he wasn't in her life, but he said he wanted to take care of her, so I let her go live with him, and that didn't work out. Of course it didn't. But yeah, so she don't mess with him to this day, or whatever the case may be. But that didn't last long. But he wasn't trying to hold her hostage against her will. You know what I'm saying? They straight low key try to hold my kids hostage against me. For real, they really did. If you all want to make a comment to me, please send me an email at azralove@gmail.com, because I'm not going to have the comments on this video, because it's really a sensitive subject and sensitive topic. So if somebody say something crazy or derogatory to me in a comment, this is not going to be nice. It's just going to be stupid and ignorant and irrelevant. Just like a person telling me, oh, that's why you don't have your kids with you. That's why you don't have your kids. My daughter, I have a 27-year-old. I have a 22-year-old. I have a 20-year-old, and I have an 11-year-old. So I have 3 daughters over the age of 20, and I have an 11-year-old. So I haven't been pregnant in 11 years. I haven't had a miscarriage or abortion or anything like that in 11 years. So, yeah. But with that being said, I wish things could have been differently. I wish I was able to stay in touch with my daughter. without having somebody listen to the phone conversations while I'm talking to her and tell me that don't tell her about her father. Don't, because I was actually with my baby daddy one time, even after he got me jumped and he did all of that and he choked me out and he did all this. After, as years went on, my daughter's 11 now, but I met him. I didn't get pregnant until like 2 years after knowing him. So I know my baby daddy for maybe 12, 13 years. My third baby daddy, I know him for maybe 12, 13 years. So he messed me up on several occasions. But even after he did all of that, I still even he would call me when he was in jail, because you reap what you sow. He got locked up maybe 3 times, 4 times after he set me up and all this. He ended up being strung out on heroin, and his girlfriend, baby mama, whoever who had helped jump me with him, actually got him strung out on heroin, and she ended up being pregnant by somebody else, and he ended up finding out that wasn't even his child, that she wasn't pregnant by him. So he got his karma. He was in jail. He had a DNA test. He had to submit a DNA test while he was in jail. He got the notification that was not his child, not the first daughter, but she got pregnant again. So he had his karma that she got him strung out on drugs, on heroin. The girl that he had jumped me, she got him strung out on heroin, shooting up heroin, strung out on drugs, and then she got pregnant by somebody else while he was in jail. Yes, and then when they had jumped me, they had pictures of my face and everything at the court. When I went to court, I took them to court, and they had a good lawyer, because only thing that his baby mama had got was a year of unsupervised probation, basically a slap on the wrist for them assaulting me while I was 5 months pregnant with my youngest daughter. So I don't think, see, this is the story, this is the untold story of my past history and what I've been through. And see, people don't be knowing what they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like the man who my daughter is with right now, my aunt's sister husband, the man who my daughter is with right now, he don't know all the ins and outs of my history and what I went through and what I've been through and what I had to endure, whatever. So it's like, I don't know if he knew that it would change his viewpoint of me, or how take into consideration, who I am, or whatever the case may be. Like, maybe you had the wrong information. That's why you try to keep my daughter away from me. Like, maybe somebody told you I was on drugs and this and that. Like, people paint out a story, a narrative that it maybe have made me look and not so much in my best light, made me look like a horrible parent or whatever the case may be. But you never sat down and had a conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? But even still, as long as I didn't abuse my daughter, I didn't hurt my daughter in no shape, form, or fashion, I don't understand why you would have a problem or issue with me talking to her. I don't understand why a person would. I don't get why a person would want to keep a child's parent away from them, because that is going to hurt the child in the long run. That's going to affect the child in the long run, because even after the lady, after she passed away in 2023, my daughter said she lost 2 mamas. My daughter feel like she lost the lady that she used to call the lady mama, and she used to call me Mama Avis. That's my real name, Avis. She used to call me Mama Avis, and she called the other lady Mama. So my daughter feels like she doesn't have a mother. She feels like she doesn't have a mother, and that's what I don't like, because I told my daughter, you still have a mother. I'm still here. That's why I seen the light, and the light told me that no, you're gonna live to see another day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still here. as long as I'm still here and still breathing, I'm still your mother. And no matter what, no matter how far, no matter how much time go by, no matter how far, no matter how much time go by, no matter what, I'm still here. I'm still doing what's in my best interest. That's why I don't play about my life. That's why I'm so serious about my life and everything that I'm trying to do. And Lord knows, and everything works for the good. All I did, I keep the Most High first. Everything else is irrelevant because people want to judge you and talk bad about you, and not knowing what you've been through, because all of that negative, evil, wicked stuff that happened in my past, when I was trying to do right, I had a job. I used to work at a nursing home. I was trying to get proof of employment from that lady from the job, and she wouldn't give it to me. Like, people straight trying to fuck my life up, mess up my children's life and their connection with me. So now when I try to talk to my daughters, they really don't listen to me. They really don't respect me because I wasn't there. But it's not that I didn't want to be there. I just was not there. I didn't have a support. The fathers, I struggled to keep my relationship family together with my second baby daddy, but he was so addicted on drugs, and I didn't know anything about drug addiction. I didn't know that there's basically nothing you can do when a person is on drugs. I did not know that. I was young. I met my baby daddy when I was in high school. So somebody said I chose the wrong person. I met my second baby daddy when I was 15 or 16. I met my second baby daddy when I was 16, and we hooked back up when I was 21. So I was not even grown yet. But I had my first daughter with him. We had our first child when I was on her birth certificate. I think it says 22. Yes, I was 22 when I had my second daughter. And that's funny because we was talking about that on the phone the other day, because my daughter is actually 22 right now. And I had my daughter when she was 22. I had my daughter when I was 22. So she's 22 right now. And so I did not know that when a person is addicted to drugs, there's nothing you can do about it. I was young. I didn't know. That was my first relationship, first experience dealing with somebody who was addicted to drugs like that, because I would have never thought that, as young and fine and handsome as he was, that he would be on drugs. I did not know that. I did not know that he had some deep rooted issues that made him think that drugs was the only answer, because that ultimately was his downfall. Because like I said, he's in prison right now because of selling drugs to somebody, and it actually killed somebody. So that's unfortunate. And I mean, I'm just speaking my truth. So I speak all of this to say, not to expose anybody, but to let you all know that everything is not what it seems on the surface. And you have to really evaluate every situation different and not put everybody in the same category, because you don't know their story. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what their experiences have been. So you can't judge a book by its cover. So that's what this is pretty much is giving, like, because people can say whatever they want to say and have their own thoughts and have their own mind. But at the end of the day, the Most High has the last word. He has the last say so. And yeah, everybody's going to be held accountable for their actions, point blank period. And so I can't beat myself up or drown myself in pity. And like, if a person passes away, or I lose my job, or a guy doesn't want to date me, or my daughter don't want to talk to me, or my mama don't like me, or my mama's disrespecting me, or my father did this, or my brother did that, or my mama did. If all these people, or ex-boyfriend did this, whatever, I still have to move on with my life. I can't, because that's just point blank period. That's neither here nor there, because the devil is a liar and a deceiver and an accuser of the brethren, and he wants to destroy, he wants to kill, steal, and destroy and divide people. I want to provide clarity and unity and help set the captives free. That's me, because I know that it's all a big illusion. It's an illusion and confusion, and the devil is the author of confusion, and all of that is a bunch of confusion. So yeah, so I'm not falling for it. I can't fall for something that I know is a trick of the enemy. So no, I'm not giving into that. I'm not because I already did that. I went through that. I went through the storm. I went through feeling sad and depressed and on drugs and drinking and trying to numb my pain and trying to self-medicate and try to seek a psychiatrist and seek a psychologist and try to go be with this person and be with that person and all of this and that. I did that, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, been there, done that. But I refuse to let the devil trick. The devil can't trick me out my blessings. Yeah, but I could go on and on about this story. But at the end of the day, I love you all. Sending much love and light to you all. And I just had to say this because it was on my mind last night. And it was on my mind last night real heavy. And today it was on my mind. I said something in my spirit. Somebody said, how do I create my content? Something in my spirit. I just was like, I gotta record this. I took a shower. I just took a shower. I was like, I couldn't take a shower fast enough. I'm like, I gotta take a shower, put my deodorant on, everything. I gotta make this video because this has to be said. It has to be said. Everybody, they say 2024 is the year of exposure. So everything you did in the past is coming to light. So I'm not perfect. I have skeletons in my closet that I probably wouldn't want to expose or whatever. But if you're going to expose them, expose them. It don't really matter to me because it's not stopping anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not stopping anything at the end of the day because I'm too blessed and highly favored. So everybody has a past and what they did, something they're not proud of or whatever case may be. But yeah, go check my background. Go do a criminal background on Avis Johnson, AvisJohnSon. That's my real name, Avis Johnson. Go do your background check for the people in the back. For the people that got time, that want to do their research on people, go Google Avis S. Johnson. You're gonna see I do have I've been locked up a few times, but nothing crazy. I ain't killed nobody. I ain't saw nobody. I ain't do nothing crazy. I ain't abused nobody, nothing like that. Do your research, and you will see that some shit is kind of set up for people to be fucked up out here in these streets. Like it's designed for us to fall. It's designed for us to fail. But I have moved on. I moved on with my life. I haven't been in any fights. I haven't been abused. I haven't I haven't been to jail. I haven't been locked up in years. I haven't did drugs in years. I haven't did drugs in years. I haven't been locked up in years. I haven't been in an abusive relationship in years. I just changed my life. I just know better now. I just know better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here trying to be an inspiration and motivation to somebody out there because I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt. I'm already knowing what's going on. So it's never too late to change for the better. It's never too late to get your life right because there's people out here that's old as hell that's still doing drugs. There's people that died doing drugs. There's people that's not here to talk about it and give a testimony. But I'm here with my testimony. I'm a living witness. So it's never too late to do what's in your best interest. It's never too late to do the right thing, no matter what it is. No matter if you lose custody of your children, whether somebody breaks your heart, whether you lose a job, no matter what the situation may be, you can always do the right thing. You can always do what's in your best interest. It won't be easy, but lean not on your own understanding. Lean not to your own understanding. And we put it all in the Most High hands because, yes, you may have to cry. I have to cry and let it out. But the Lord hears my cries. The Lord hears my cries. He hears my cries. That's why my daughters know I love them. And I know that they are beautiful and blessed. And I'm so thankful for keeping them. You know what I'm saying? They all beautiful and blessed. No matter if I was in their life or out of their life. So I can't complain about that. That's all I want is my daughters to be happy. That's all I want them to be is happy and successful. And know that I love them. And if things could have been different, I would have wanted them to be different. And hopefully their father feel the same way. But some people never take ownership or never acknowledge that. But that's neither here nor there. I say, I wish things could have been different or could have been better. You know, I wish I would have had support. I wish I could have been there for every step of every day of their life. You know what I'm saying? But I can't change the past. I can't go back. But I have to live for today. That's why I'm living for right now. I have to make better choices today. That's why I go to work every day. And I pour love and energy and attention into myself to be a better person than I was yesterday. So keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, remember to always keep the Most High first and be blessed. Bye.